Among Trump's devoted followers, the news of his purported use of public funds for personal gain has sent shockwaves. Many of his followers feel deceived and are demanding explanations as a result of this major incident. So, let's get to the bottom of this controversy by learning about the specifics, the fallout from the accusations, and how people are reacting to them. Please spare a few seconds as we continue this video to hit the subscribe button so you can get all our newest updates. Let us lay out the background of this scandal before we get into its details. Society as a whole benefits from public funds when they are utilized to bolster public services, infrastructure, and community projects. Allegations of public officials abusing these funds for personal benefit, however, destroy public trust and threaten a society's basic foundation. His fans are feeling let down by this controversy, which concerns the alleged embezzlement of public funds by Trump. My questions are, how did Trump's alleged misuse of public funds become public knowledge, and what does this entail for him? There is mounting evidence that Trump may have taken advantage of legal loopholes, engaged in dubious financial practices, or utilized his position to funnel public funds into his own businesses, according to sources. As a result of these claims, many of his followers are doubting their undying devotion and feeling profoundly disappointed. We interacted with people like you and combed through social media to learn more about the emotions and interpretation of this scandal. Many Trump supporters have voiced their wrath, dissatisfaction, and feelings of betrayal in response to the heated reactions. While some are fighting for an exhaustive investigation, others are finding it difficult to accept these claims. When analyzing this controversy and its consequences, it is essential to approach the matter critically and take into account different viewpoints. The larger effects on Trump's credibility and the faith his supporters had in him must be carefully considered. If the allegations of misappropriation of public funds are confirmed, it will cast a shadow over his reputation and cast doubt on his followers' trust in his capacity to govern with honesty and transparency. These accusations could profoundly impact his political legacy and the trajectory of his movement. His followers must expect honesty and openness from their leaders and hold him to account. According to a report published by Salon on Saturday, December 9, former President Donald Trump blasted Reid Hoffman, a billionaire co-founder of LinkedIn, for donating $250,000 to a super PAC that supported Republican candidate Nikki Haley for president in 2022. Hoffman was also Trump's lawyer and a Democratic donor. It appeared that Trump's ire was directed towards both the financial backing of Haley and Hoffman's previous roles in Jean Carroll filed a rape and slander case against Trump. Trump expressed his strong dislike for Democrat political operative Hoffman on Truth Social. He emphasized that Hoffman was essential to ease funding. Sued by Jean Carroll, he denied knowing about the misconduct between them. His attorney displayed evident annoyance when disclosing that he had received instructions not to appear at the hearing, citing jurisdiction and lack of a case as grounds. Trump claimed that this directive had been bad advice, as his absence could have contributed to the trial's unfavorable conclusion. Jean Carroll's complaint accused Trump of rape and defamation, resulting in the former president being found guilty and sentenced to pay $5 million in damages. By bringing up Carroll's contentious assertions in interviews and describing the matter as shameful, Hoffman fueled Trump's ire and brought attention to his claim of unjust treatment. As we get to the end of this fascinating tale, keep in mind that accusations of public fund misuse are grave and necessitate an exhaustive inquiry. It's critical that Trump supporters, despite their adoration for him, demand accountability from him and investigate his claims. It is crucial for Trump supporters, despite their admiration for him, to demand accountability from him and thoroughly investigate his claims. On Wednesday morning, House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan sent a letter requesting that Fani Willis, the district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia, turn over a lengthy list of papers. This served as a prime example. He just discovered that your office collaborated with a partisan select committee to probe the assault on the U.S. Capitol on January 6. This video will explain everything in detail, but before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, I kindly ask that you subscribe and enable notifications so you can receive all of our current updates. In addition to Jordan's January 6 declaration that the House Select Committee was a partisan group, the surprising current position of Republicans is made crystal clear in the first two phrases of his letter. Jordan stated in his letter that the Judiciary Committee closely monitors politically motivated prosecutions of state and local officials. We have found that your office coordinated investigative efforts with the partisan special committee investigating the January 6 incident, in addition to coordinating politically driven prosecutions with special counsel Jack Smith's office. Is that clear to you? The evidence be damned if Republicans want to declare Smith's investigation into Trump, the charges already filed in Fulton County, and the entire January 6 House investigation politically motivated. Nearly every time the January 6 special committee appears in the letter, Jordan includes partisan as if it were part of the committee's name. His motivation for doing this is obvious. Jordan refused to testify before the committee that had been appointed when questioned about his role in the uprising plot in 2022. In his defense against the subpoena, Jordan raised the constitutionality of the commission and the subpoena itself. Jordan refused to provide the needed records or statements and continued to insist on this argument. Even though no court had ever endorsed it, Democrats presented Jordan with the opportunity to vote for an impartial commission to investigate the events before January 6, proposing a 50-50 division of the commission with Republicans. This alternative did not receive Jordan's vote. That could be due to the fact that the special committee found proof that Jordan helped President Trump's attempts to reverse the election results. Someone asked Jim Jordan, "Why didn't you report to the Capitol Police what you thought Donald Trump was planning for January 6? According to Liz Cheney, a former representative and the current House Vice Speaker, someone asked Jim Jordan why he didn't report to the Capitol Police about what he believed Donald Trump was planning for January 6. Jim Jordan knows more than any other member of Congress what Donald Trump was planning for January 6. Even now, it's a valid question, and Jordan is loath to provide an answer. That is an open subject, at least until the dictatorship starts and he can brag about all he has done. According to Jordan, the special committee from January 6 was prejudiced and did not have to follow the subpoena. However, according to Willis, Jordan's committee is as innocent as snow, so he must comply with his demands, regardless of the impact on ongoing prosecutions. Whatever we do, it's right, and whatever they do is wrong. That is the core belief. The president is currently in Georgia on a number of felony extortion accusations. On his own, Jordan thinks he can accuse Willis of having political motivations and force him to turn over any and all conversations pertaining to the investigation. As Willis has previously stated, Jordan will be disappointed. The following is an amazing remark made by Willis in response to Jordan's previous attempts to get these documents. She will not give Jordan what he wants. The only way for Republicans to get Jordan to do more than just send a letter is to take the district attorney to court and ask for documents linked to the current prosecution. As a result of the judge's statement, Willis's letter will seem lenient. Even though Jordan claims Willis coordinated with the special committee on January 6, the air of hypocrisy in his letter remains unabated. Willis's office sent a letter to the committee, requesting access to data held by Congress that could be pertinent to the inquiry in Georgia. That is all there is to the agreement. Willis further proposed that workers confer with investigators to review the findings. Willis got material that the task force had found that could be pertinent to an investigation that was already going on in Georgia, and everything that Jordan gave in his letter was completely biased. After losing Trump lashes out at his lawyer. The case of Jean Carroll. This news will brighten your day, so please watch all the way to the finish. Please take a few moments out of your day to click the subscribe button down below and enable notifications so that you may be the first to know when we post new content. Trump has blamed terrible legal advice for his defeat in E. Sullivan's civil rape case. Not long ago, Jean Carroll, after finding Mr. Trump guilty of sexually abusing her in the mid-1990s and defaming her after she went public, the court ordered the former Elle relationship columnist to receive $5 million from him. Mr. Trump has denied ever having been a witness in the May trial in New York and has instead blamed his attorneys. "They don't have a case, and my lawyer said it was beneath me to go, so I declined." His outburst on Truth Social was that the advice was unsound. Mr. Trump recently donated $250,000 to his Republican primary opponent, Nikki Haley, and he also attacked Reid Hoffman, creator of LinkedIn, who helped Ms. Carroll's legal battle. While all this was going on, Mr. Trump returned to court on Thursday for the civil fraud trial involving the Trump Organization. The defense is concluding its testimony, and Mr. Trump, who remains bound by a gag order, will make an appearance on Monday. During a lighter moment, the ex-president stopped to speak with the court sketch artists. While reviewing their work, he made the comment that he should lose weight, so he could show his followers what would happen when they attacked the United States in a riot. On January 6, federal prosecutors will present evidence of former President Donald Trump's acceptance and support for charged and convicted rioters in an effort to disprove his 2020 election loss certification. Investigators working under special counsel Jack Smith submitted a court document on Tuesday, which includes evidence pertaining to periods before or after the alleged criminal plot in which the former president is said to have participated. But they emphasized that the evidence can help the public authority establish his purpose, preparedness, knowledge, absence of error, and agreement, in accordance with the appropriate regulations. While we wait, feel free to leave a comment with your opinions. Please hit the like button if you thought this video was helpful. As the appeals court delivers Trump his worst news ever, he is in a state of shock. This little video captures accusations of witness manipulation. I will explain it in simple terms. Please enable notifications and click the subscribe button before I continue. I appreciate it. Please, the legal troubles for ex-President Trump are growing as an appeals court upheld Judge Tanya Chan's gag order. This ruling comes in response to claims that, in the lead-up to his 2020 federal election trial, Trump used 3 distinct forms of coercion to discourage potential witnesses from testifying against him. In an interview with MSNBC that aired on Friday, December 8, 2023, according to Raw Story, former federal prosecutor Renadu Mariotti praised the court's treatment of the defendant. He stressed that Trump's capacity to speak with prospective witnesses and the general public directly without going through official procedures presents a problem. Mariotti argues that cautious rulemaking should be implemented to restrict any efforts at witness tampering, and achieving this goal can be done by reducing Twitter use and embracing alternate means. He is trying to bend the rules, trying to anticipate that the court will not be able to make rules appropriate to the specific circumstances of who and what he is, said Mariotti. I think the court did a great job today of drawing boundaries. At issue are Trump's purported attempts to influence witnesses. A tactic that, if implemented directly, would be in violation of the injunction to remain silent. Trump, despite his irrational beliefs, cannot utilize his words to incite a mob mentality against witnesses who are prepared to testify against him, as the court's ruling has demonstrated. In agreement with Mariotti, lawyer and MSNBC commentator Ari Melber stressed that the capacity to encourage actions that could undermine the court process is the linchpin of Trump's trial. Melber said that Trump may now be subject to repercussions for his previous remarks, since the court's decision suggests that he could theoretically face jail time for attempting to violate the law and derail the trial. Not even Trump's former cabinet colleagues have been immune to his rhetorical attacks. In this case, Trump alleged that former Attorney General Bill Barr was ineffectual and that his actions were driven by a fear of impeachment, which the court addressed. According to attorneys, the goal was to provoke Trump fans into taking action against the previous Attorney General, Barr, by making them angry with him. The court's decision seems to have limited comments that could sway public opinion against key figures involved in the trial. The implications of this decision go beyond the immediate legal battle. It sends a clear message: even a former president is not immune to the rules and norms that ensure the integrity of the judicial process. The court's careful balance between protecting free speech and preventing witness tampering reflects the seriousness of the charges against Trump and the potential consequences of his actions. Given the impact of this court case on both the current decade and the fundamental principles of our democratic system, the entire nation is closely monitoring the proceedings. The charges against a former head of state require a trial that is both serious and fair, and being silent serves as a barrier against efforts to alter the narrative. As we continue our relentless pursuit of justice, may this court's ruling be a sobering reminder that everyone is subject to the law, regardless of their social standing or previous accomplishments. Each ruling in Trump's legal struggles develops the narrative, expanding our understanding of the extent to which a former president can be held accountable when accused of transgressing fundamental principles of democratic government. We greatly appreciate your patience in watching to the very end. Leave your thoughts on this news story in the comments, and if you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Until our next news, take care. A nation blessed by God. Bye.